Hello, leaders. Welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges, the daily show that provides tips and techniques to help you navigate the leadership challenges you face every day. I'm your host, Paul Grau Jr. from the CLC Team, and we work primarily with military leaders to help them be the absolute best leader they can be. Our primary goal here is to help you lead from your very best self. Because let's face it, everyone deserves a great leader. So let's jump right into today's topic.
Man, I just spent last week in beautiful San Diego at Social Media Marketing World 19. And the rest of the week, I just got to share my biggest takeaways from a leader's perspective. Now, if you're wondering why I attended a social media marketing conference, well, because number one, it's probably the best conference or one of the best conferences that I've ever attended. The networking at this conference is simply amazing. And number two, I believe that leaders must be engaged and up to speed on the latest, greatest social media trends and the things that are going on if they want to stay connected with their people. After all, your people are on social media. So if you know what's going on and you know the latest and greatest, you can keep up to speed with them and you can connect with them. So let's get right after it. Now, instead of me doing a countdown this week, I'm starting off with my number one biggest takeaway. And it came from the closing keynote speaker, Mr. Mark W. Schaefer. Mark gave an electric speech. Man, he started out in the beginning with this powerful video and music and sound, and it was cool, right? And honestly, I had about 10 big takeaways from his closing keynote, but my overall takeaway came from his final slide, and that was my overall takeaway from the entire conference. Before I continue, let me explain why this was my number one key takeaway. You see, this was not only my number one key takeaway for what needs to be applied to social media, I believe this was my number one takeaway for the entire conference because I think we all need to apply this in our leadership in general. You see, Mark's final slide had 3 simple words on it. Be more human. That's it. Be more human. You see, social media isn't the only form of media that has alienated itself from the humanistic approach. Leadership seems to be going down a similar path. I mean, we're doing email feedback. We're doing all kinds of stuff instead of having those one-on-one, face-to-face conversations. I mean, there are leaders who only care about themselves nowadays, who don't really know what their people are doing outside of work, who don't know what their people's favorite hobbies are, or how many kids their people might have, or even they don't even know if their people are married in some cases. So it's time for us to be more human, not only on social media, but in our leadership roles as well, no matter how big or small of a leadership role that you hold. You see, at the very core, we are all leaders to a certain degree. Let's all take a bigger interest in our fellow human beings that are right next to us. Let's show them that we care. Let's have those face-to-face conversations. Let's go out of our way to say hello and goodbye and asking how our day was or how our weekend was.
Hey, as always, thank you for listening. So we have some big things going on here with our online membership group for leaders. It's actually growing, and we're adding a new group specifically for military leaders. Now, we're still working out all the details and bonuses that will be included. But for now, please help us spread the word. This group will be a place where military leaders can learn new skills, refine older skills, and have deep discussions with like-minded leaders who actually get exactly where other military leaders are coming from. We're going to tap into everyone's expertise, and the group members will help bring out the very best in each other. So keep tuned in, and please be sure to let any military leader that you know about this group, and that will be up and running very, very soon. This is going to be different than any other leadership development group out there. So be ready and, man, get excited. Hey, that's it for today. And until tomorrow, run to your challenges.